Hi everyone, Cal here with Bel Air Studio. I have just decided to pop in and do kind of a midsummer roundup. It's almost August, and when I look back at my videos, I think the last time I left off I was working on my June journal and saying goodbye to May. So I thought I'd come on and let you know what I've been doing since June. I had my birthday in June, so I made a special little journal for that. I'll show you that in a second. And then as a secondary, since I like this one so much, I made a little mini one. In July, I did a weekend Art is Magic challenge online, and I had fun learning lots of new things. That Art is Magic, if you've never done that, those free classes before, I recommend them. They just always have great teachers, and I learn new techniques, and so I will kind of go through a little bit of this, but not in detail. Maybe if you're interested, I can do a more intensive flip through of this later. But yeah, so this is kind of, you can see, just playing around with lots of different ideas. And so, but here we are, we have June, July, and August. So basically I will do a flip through of June. I started out with a lot of signatures in here, and at the end of the summer, or not the summer, the end of the month, I made this cool charm, all kinds of little doodads that I had around. Since it was my birthday month, I was having fun doing all these different things. So yeah, there were three signatures in here, and then I took one out and put it in the July one because I didn't finish all of that. So I've been trying to put a picture of myself at the beginning of my journals, doing lots of little collages, taking notes, putting in ephemera from, went to a candy store on my birthday. So yeah, again, took some pictures and just printed them out on copy paper and added them. And it's my birthday. And then the rest of the book I just kind of left blank. At the end I drew a little picture. And then the second one I had more of my birthday stuff, cards from my mom, some wrapping paper that I had from vintage wrapping paper, another birthday card from my mother-in-law, yeah. So I've never been to Paris, but when I want to imagine that I'm getting away from it all, I imagine that I'm going to Paris. And so for my birthday, I stayed in an Airbnb in the South City, St. Louis, and that was my little Paris for my birthday. And that was a fun time. So since I'm kind of behind, I'm not going to go into a lot of details. This was a sketch of, oh no, this was just a YouTube class that I did with, or a sketch with Toby on YouTube. And he had a reference photo. So it's a sketch of Belgium. I made these bookmarks out of paper dolls that were fun. And so then after my birthday, on June 16th, we started the process of rehearsing for the musical Madam that's now playing at the Greenfinch Theater. And I was the props designer and helped with dressing the set. So I've been busy with that. And this is the first time that I've actually had time to come on and just, you know, show you what I've been up to. So that was June, and yeah. Like I said, I did some side things in June with these journals over here, which I'll show you. I'll do a flip through of those in a second. So then let's look at July. So basically, as I've mentioned before, I'm using these Reader's Digest colors. This was what the cover looked like last year, and then it had this on there, and I've been adapting them and changing them. So I just wanted to make them a little different. I had this vintage ladies garters packaging and an actual garter back here that I used as like an elastic to hold things in, and then just a piece of gray elastic, piece of fabric, and then what's holding this signature in, which was the signature from June, is the two elastics. I just put the end pages in there. So in July, I did a little self-portrait. This page is falling out a little bit, and I've just been gluing things in, things that my friend Janet's given me, and things that I found along the way this summer. This is all my schedules for the show, and then on top of doing the show, I was working at Aquaport 4 days a week. I still am. I'll be finishing that up in August. Yeah. So July's been a busy but good month. I'm just doing collage, more. Yeah, lots of lists in this one. And then just, I had a whole bunch of magazine images cut out, and I just, one day, just went ahead and glued them in. That was fun. Excuse me. Yeah. So in between doing the work, then, you know, it's nice to just pause and do some little collage-y things for myself. Yeah, so it was kind of fun to do more collage, magazine collage in this journal instead of my usual stuff. This was a video that I just watched the other day of what Meg Journals had in her art bag, and I just kind of took a picture, not a picture, I sketched images while she was talking about what she had. So, fun stuff. So that's July, and I'll put a few more things in it. Before I go on to what I'm going to do with August, I'll let you see my birthday journals. So these are in portrait, and they're coming down like this. Let me go come back to this. Yeah, I think this is it. So on my few days away for my birthday, I wanted to go find some fountains in St. Louis because of the famous fountains in Paris, and I wrote some notes about it and did some urban sketching while I was out. There was a bell ringing in the background, so that was cool just to put the word ring there. This was at a park in the Hill area. Clifton Heights was a really like fun little nook that I found that I'd never been to before. And the main fountain in the pond wasn't working, but there was this other kind of geometric one. And then the other thing that I was doing was kind of just showing architecture with collage. So there are some domes in St. Louis, and this was from some scrapbook paper, but I just kind of put the things that I did on my birthday. I went to vintage clothes shopping with my niece. We stopped at the post office. And then at the Greenfinch, they have Beer League Debate Club, and I got to be in the debate for the first time, so that was fun, doing something I hadn't done before. And then this was kind of like the riverfront where the brewery is, the Anheuser-Busch Brewery, and I just kind of was at a park and took a picture and then came back and put these things to replicate it with collage and watercolor. And then this was a photo at the Greenfinch. It said Central Garage. It was a old photo of what the building used to look like a long time ago. And then I just kind of put my own little nod to Paris. And again, just, you know, there are forms like this in St. Louis. But I just kind of did like a conglomeration of all the things together. And then this was just more of a, not really supposed to be a landscape, but just kind of the full moon was around that time, and just fun stuff of little found stuff that I had from shopping and from my stash. And then this was again more ephemera that I went to another antique mall by myself, and then met my niece for ice cream at Clementine's, and I just made this kind of thing out to show that. And we went to Sonic too, so it was just fun. And then this, after I got back from that getaway, my husband and I took our boat out, and I did this collage while we were on the river. So there's the river and the little buoys, and we went to this restaurant and was put in here. So yeah, it was just kind of fun to play around with this idea. This was a old packaging that I made to make look like our boat a little bit. I had a napkin with Missouri on it, and this is the sunny day. So yeah, this is very challenging because it was like, you know, different with the doing it this long way. This was a postcard that I got when I was at the antique store and I had all St. Louis and Missouri things, and this is a bluff that's near here, and just kind of fun stuff. And then I just was kind of doing remembrance of my sister gave me flowers for my birthday, and these were the plants that I put in. Or she didn't give me, yes she did. I don't know. Anyway, she got this for me, and I planted these plants in there. We went shopping together. And then I think that's it. I just put some other stuff on here. A little picnic game, just to get, you know, inspired about the summer. So that was my thing. I wrote about my birthday. And then this one was just a small one, and I don't think I did very much in it. I just did some swatching. And this was the place that I stayed when I was in the city. And then, yeah, I haven't done anything else in it yet. But I thought this would be a nice one to just take and put in my purse and do some more urban sketching this summer. But then I got busy, so I didn't get to do that. So that's that. And then for August, this is the journal from last year. And these are the things that are still in there. And some little postcards and a little thing that I made last year. So these might be things that I'll put into the one for this August. Let's just go through this one then. And these were some other little things, little ephemera that I had left over and didn't use, but they're right there. So I think I'll keep those in there for this August to play with. And then this one, it looks like that a 3 full, I sewed this signature in. It was just a single signature, and I added some beads to the thread. Yeah, I must have been making like envelopes out of book pages. That was pretty. And this was just so all random papers again. Packaging. Here, so you can see me kind of that last year I was working on a show in August, and it was called The Big Machine. And again, I just did some little sketches of buildings around town. And then just, yeah, you can see that kind of collage thing again. These were just like taking, I think I watched somebody and they would like just take images and then glue them on brown paper and use them as little journaling spots or something. I'm gonna save them. Reuse them. Here's an actual postcard. And let's see, this is all, oh, that might be, that's probably just together. I'll hold that in. So you can see that I was busy in August and I didn't do a ton of journaling as well. I just glued a few things in. But it was fun. And this is, again, another like little potential place to write something down or put a quote. Playing card. This was a coffee place. Sticker, meant to find below, more little fun little ephemera, which I think, like I said, I'm just going to take these out and use them for August now. Leave that one in. But sometimes, even if I don't do anything with the pages in a journal, it's just fun to look at all the different papers that this was a distillery in Alaska, so I must have had that and I must have put it in there last year for some reason, even though we didn't go to Alaska last year. That's cool. Yeah, so just recognizing that I really do enjoy brown paper and painted papers and magazine images and making them into other things. This was from, oh, the Press is a restaurant down on Jefferson. So I got those stickers from there when I was there, having dinner one night before a show. Okay, and then these were, oh, how fun. I have a whole bunch of these, and I guess I just made like a little dimensional collage. So it's fun to look back at your journals and see what you were doing, and kind of, you know, I kind of forgot about a lot of this, but yeah. This is fun. So basically I will, whoops, come here. Leave that in there. I'm going to take this out so that I can be ready for the next thing and tie it up like I have been all the journals so far this summer. If I can find my lace. There we are. And let me find a pair of scissors. Scissors. So I hope you guys are having a fun summer and keeping cool. It's been very warm here, but thankful for time to relax and not be out in the heat today and catch up with you guys with my journals. I hope in the fall to do a little bit more journal with me or YouTube kind of tutorial things, or just sharing what I've been up to. So yeah, this is fun, and I look forward to showing you how I decorate and what I'm going to do with the August journal. Let's tie this one up, and as you can see, I've already got some inspiration over here with the things that I made last year. So goodbye, August 2024. Bye guys, hope you enjoy the video, and I'll see you soon. Bye.